Good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome to you on today's empowering morning conversation. My apologies for the slight glitch in the morning, but now it's been sorted out and we are all here. It seems like even if I try to avoid it, I have to be there. So I'm so happy to be here. It's one of the happy days of my life to be there with you every morning. So, yesterday and the day before, whatever we covered, let me quickly ask you, did you remember anything? and what have you been thinking? What have you been doing after yesterday's and day before's session? After all, whatever we do here, it has to have some kind of an impact, no? Yes, Reddy Garu.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
We discussed about how to control our brain number 2, what is the necessity, and also how to use your rational brain, not for survival, for creation. That's what we discussed, sir.
Yeah. So what I discussed, I also know. But I'm saying, what did you do with it? So especially yesterday, what I was saying is that, okay, if you have learned to, get out of your reaction and resistance mode, then your frontal cortex, means the thinking brain, will be more active. Okay. Now, what are we going to use it for? And I was sharing with you yesterday that many of us, even though we are now more, let's say, relaxed and we are not judging, we are not comparing, and this brain is available to make choices and do things in life, actually, what do we end up doing? What I was realizing and sharing with you yesterday was that even when this brain is free, most of us are simply enjoying that feeling of peace. Right? That's fine. I mean, you're certainly happy to enjoy your peace and happiness. But now that your brain is free to make choices and create things, what are we doing with it? Are we still, using this brain only to make strategies for being comfortable? Are we only making strategies to be in a better state of survival or in more comfort? Or is it possible for us to do something greater than that? Of course, it is possible to do something greater than that, but are we doing it? That was the question I was asking yesterday. So you are not reacting, let us say, and your analytical brain is also silent. Right? Let us imagine that you have achieved that state. Do you still want to only use your thinking brain to make more strategies for better survival, or is there something else we can do also? So I can share with you my personal realization. My personal realization was that instead of using it only for my survival or my survival of my family, right? I can move out of that zone and start looking at how can I make a bigger contribution to the world, to the society that we live in. Okay. And that is what you will see, that all these enlightened masters, all the gurus, all the the saints, so to speak, have you noticed that they all went on a journey of contribution to the world? I mean, most people went on, people with a lot of wealth, when they had that transformation in their life, They went on a journey to make more hospitals and to build more schools and to add value to society. Now, you don't all have to go build schools and hospitals. But if you had a choice, what would you do? For example, if I'm a businessman and I started a business and the business has grown to a reasonable size, then I can continue to run the business and make it grow in incremental steps. Because the business is there, I have to run it. Or I might choose to make it quadruple in size with the intention that, listen, now if I'm employing 100 people, I can provide employment to 1,000 people. If today I'm caring for 100 families, I will be able to indirectly care for 1,000 families. Those kind of possibilities will open up, no? So with that input for you, I want you to look into it, think about it today, and if some thoughts are coming, maybe share them with us today. So I think Guru Nandan had raised his hand some time back. Guru Nandan, your hand was raised some time back, I think.
Yes, sir. So I had raised my hand while you had asked the first question, that what did we learn in last 2 days and what is that we are planning, or what we have implemented out of those learnings. So then I started listening to you, so I lowered my hand down. So definitely, last 2 days, the learning has been, as always, more onto but it was more specific to brain 1, brain 2, brain 3. And a lot of realization on where we are more judgmental. So I've tried to evaluate myself in last 2 days, that where we are more judgmental, where we are more, more into seeing things from our own perspective rather than the other person's perspective without changing them. And yesterday, when you spoke about what I will add to my life today, that I would live the desired life I want to, right? So still into that searching mode, that what I will add to my life, I couldn't decide yesterday, but definitely I've decided to do that today, that what I will add to my life, that I'm able to live the desired life. Although I've taken many actions in past few days to change the situation which I am in today and where I need to improve, right? So my thought process of handling difficult situations, my thought process of handling difficult people, I've decided to change and be into more confrontation rather than conflict. So, and the confrontation also, I still remember when I said I beg to differ was a killer. Rather than saying I beg to differ, I say I understand what you're saying, and is there any more new way to, or new possibilities? So all those learnings have been enormous, and I'm implementing in my life.
Yeah, Reddy Garu. Thank you, Guru Nandan. Makes me feel very happy.
Thank you, sir. Thanks to you, in fact.
Sir, good morning.
Morning.
I came one nice mission for life mission, that is lifestyle for environment. This is what I wish to work. This was very recently launched by the Prime Minister. This is to engage individuals in mitigating the adverse effects of climate change. I've been working already for the last 20 years with WWF about the conservation of wildlife and nature. But this is good because this works with individuals, how to engage them for mitigating the adverse effects of climate change. Because I'm seeing that everywhere floods, everywhere it's very cold or very hot throughout the world. It's just because of climate change, but people are not sensitized. So I thought I must work towards this. Thank you, sir.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's exactly a good example of, beginning to use our mind. All right, who else? Yes, Vitri.
Sir, thank you very much for this hectic schedule. You are still sharing your time with us. And yesterday, one strange thing which I would like to share with everyone. In my office, after I go office, I put some to-do button all depending upon the work's pressure. One of the to-do list is to write in detail about today's EMC session in the office. Because that was that much depth discussion. We started with what to add to life to create the life what we desire, something. And we went on discussing everything, and you just shown light depth towards try number 2. What opened for me was, if you want to add something, I should know what I already added, and like I made what kind of a soup or whatever word you call. I made it something. I should at least see what it is. Then I have to clean it up and make a space. Then I can create it. So the awareness and observation are the keys. But next thing, of course, 2-3 things are coming in terms of contribution, but I'm just not feeling it. Let it be open. Let me just clean the kachra, in your word. Let me create more space. Let universe source of sir. Amazing realization. Thank you very much for this. And one on a lighter note and also on a loving note, whatever you ask us to create, and you are putting this seed in our heads. When we create now, we all to be together, and we all should see each other and enjoy that. That is my wish I am throwing to universe.
Thank you very much for sharing it. Okay, who else? And what else? Yeah, Rama.
Sir, I've been experiencing myself and seeing people struggling with their finance. So I do kind of coach or teach people on personal finance, whether with fee or without fee. And I'm also writing a book on that this year. So that's my initial contribution. A book on personal finance, basic personal finance, in the form of kind of novel which conveys to the people. That's what I'm starting now.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's so much required, isn't it? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So what else is possible today? So here we are on the Empowering Morning Conversation. What else is possible, and what do we want to create in this session today? Now, one very important person seems to be missing from our conversations.
Two important people.
We don't see Hasina ji. Where is she?
Oh, rather three. All the three ladies.
Neeti is missing. Hasina ji is missing. Who's the third one?
Rashmi.
Oh, Rashmi is also missing. How sad. Maybe they got this meeting happening. Maybe we can send them a message. Hello, meeting is on. Please join. All right. Let me see. I'm just making an attempt. Yes. Shanti ji, go ahead.
Good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. From very long time back, I started thinking of doing something for women, for the upliftment of women, for the underprivileged women. And I'm doing it only by preaching them whenever I can't come to meet them. And I want to create something before my I think before my life that there is a small, I want to create a small organization which works for upliftment of women, both financially, mentally, and education.
Beautiful.
Because we are, I think we can't get any help from the women, the other part of this humanity, and only government is helping women and all the efforts. Now there are many women outside and many women educated, all because of only women's effort and government's effort. The effort from the men is very less. We can even create some awareness among men also. That is also possible.
Wow. So have you started it already?
I was thinking of it, but whenever I meet people, I used to talk about that. But personally, I didn't make any efforts.
Okay, good. So if you want to make an effort, what is the first thing you will
I
do?
want to tell it to my daughter and continue with that.
Beautiful, wonderful idea. So how, you know what, this is a very classic case that this group can help Shanti ji to actually launch this project of hers. So it is there in your mind, right?
Yes, sir. For very
Now
long
we have to make
time.
it into reality.
Yes, sir.
So my question to you is, what is the first step you can take?
First step I have already taken. I am in the hospital. I started talking to all the nurses because they are all very young. In the age of my daughter, I used to, whenever they do some mistake, I used to call them and tell them that what needs to be done. And even with the management people who are in managing and also in the canteen, I want them to do some kind of improvement so that it will help, because of mostly I think 40% are all women, except for the doctors and the management executives who are all at the top. Except for that, the nurses, the cleaning persons, everybody are women. So, and they are from very underprivileged group. They may be the first time degree holders, the first time their parents are coolies and the daughters have studied nursing and they have come into
Got
the
it, got it, got it. So that is the first step. So what is the next step you can take?
I
If you
should
want to
see it.
start an organization, what is the next step you can take?
I should meet auditor, speak to him about all this and how to create something, some kind of an organization or something. And also the vision, the things, everything has to be, I don't know how to do it. Sir.
Right. The next thing you can do in that case is you can ask people to support you.
Yes,
What
sir.
should I do next? That's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Okay, sir.
So you can ask people, no? First,
Yes,
you can think of a name of that organization. You can
Yes.
think of who else. See, Reddy Garu has written, why don't you say Reddy Garu? Let us use this as a test case and we will help Shanti to set up whatever it is that she wants to set up. So then we are using the power of EMC members to help her to launch the project. Yeah, Reddy Garu, please unmute.
Yes, sir. I'm with her. I can give any help, whatever she needs.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now give her what is the next step she should do. See, when I'm working with someone, I always ask them, okay, what is the first step you can take? See, any one of us, if you have an idea, don't keep it in your head. First thing what Shanti did, she spoke about her idea. Wonderful. That's a very good starting point. Second step, write down the idea. That's the next step.
Okay, sir.
Right? And then,
so far, I never did that. I have it only in my mind.
Yeah, then see the first step, if you want to create something, get it out of your mind and put it out there somewhere. Right? Next step, ask people. You're doing just now, you're sharing with us, you're asking us. Right? Reddy Garu has already agreed to be a part of it. You want men to also be part of this supporting the women project, right? So one man already said yes. Tell
Thank
me
you,
what
sir.
you want, right?
Thank you. Thank you, both of you.
Same way, you can say who else would like to join. Then they'll give you ideas. So every time you have to ask, what else is possible? What is the next step I can take? What is the next step I can take? Yes,
I think Rama sir can help because he is
Yeah.
doing financial
exactly.
advisory thing
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
he's
listen to
writing
what
a
he has to
book
say. No, listen to
and
what he's
he
saying.
can help in women also.
Let Rama talk, no? Yes, Rama.
So after the idea and writing down, she could present that concept in the EMC and discuss that. That could be one option. And
Yeah,
of course,
somebody might have to help her to write it also, no?
yeah, and I'm happy to really be part of it. And I don't think men are not aware of. They're very much aware of, and they're all helping. So
Yeah.
I can speak for myself. I'm doing that in any case.
Yeah, Guru Nandan wanted to say something.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I am game to it as well, and I'm ready to support in any capacity that Shantaji wants. I'm there.
Yeah. So we have just demonstrated to
Thank
you.
you, Guru Nandan ji. Thank you, Ramaji.
Yeah. So now we have just demonstrated to you all that if you want to do something, all you have to do is ask for support. And you'll be quite surprised how many people might come forward to support it. So we saw a practical demonstration of that right now.
Yes, sir. Because I used to think that nobody will come and no man will accept my views about them because they are, if they are fathers, they'll take care of their daughters. They'll do everything for their daughter. They'll treat their daughter like a boy. But when it comes to society, when they want to help the people, the women, the underprivileged women or somebody else's daughter, except for the close relatives, they will not come and do any work. It is my opinion about men, but now I have seen men who are also willing to come and extend their hands.
So
Thank
now
you.
one of your point of view about men is changing, isn't it?
Yes, sir. And the mistake is not only with them, with us also. We didn't ask them.
Yeah, you asked some idiots and they said no. So you thought all guys are idiots, you know.
Maybe, sir.
Yes, Rama.
No, it can be very scary when the world is dominated by man, whatever said and done, when male domination is there. For the females, it is definitely going to be a very challenging and difficult task. That I think I understand. In fact, I'm in a group where everybody is woman and I'm the only man. So I am afraid of going into that group, and I can see what is the kind of challenges and difficulties I'm getting. So from that, I can imagine how much difficult it would be for a woman to be in the male-dominated groups or society or the company or whatever it is.
But you know what, Rama and Shanti, I have a funny feeling that it is a myth created by the women that
Yes.
it's a male-dominated society.
It was, sir, it was. It was once. Now we have gained some portion of it.
Now you think maybe it never was. Maybe it was always the women very silently dominating other women through men.
Yes.
That is also happening.
I mean, that was on a lighter note, but maybe it seriously means that also. Okay.
Yes, sir, that is also happening in money. Everything is there. But what is majority is it's male dominated world.
Well, it certainly looks like it. You know, we've got Carlos with us for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have someone who can translate from Spanish to English. Otherwise, we'd love to listen to him also. So
I think there is some setup we can make in Zoom, which will convert automatically what he speaks in Spanish into English.
Yeah, really?
Find, yeah,
We can try to find out how to do that next
yeah,
time.
we'll try, find out.
Or maybe Sabino can find out how to do that. He's pretty good at it, I
Yeah,
think.
he is doing in mobile, but with Zoom also it is possible.
Okay, so we can look into that possibility. So guys, what else is possible today? Okay, I have another question for you. And this is about taking our brain to the next level. Okay? But I'm going to bring it back somewhere to brain number 2. And the question to you is, what are all the things you consider as impossible? And why am I asking you that is that yesterday, something which I always thought will be impossible for me, it happened. It became possible. So I had one of the most extraordinary days of my life. You know, my entire family behind my back, they quietly planned and gave me the biggest and the most pleasant surprise of my life, you know. And something I used to think is impossible that people can do this for me, which they did. It was so amazing. Okay, I understand, Carlos, what you're saying. Thank you. We'll talk about that maybe. If you don't have a project, you can create one. That's possible, isn't it? So now let me ask you the question one more time. What is it that you consider is impossible in your life? I'm not asking you what you thought was impossible yesterday. I'm asking you what is impossible in your life today. Look into your mind and see what is impossible in your life today. Yeah, Reddy.
Sir, on a lighter note, after joining EMC, I feel that everything is possible in life.
That we know at one level. But when we ask sometimes, you know, why don't you do this? Then your mind will say, no, 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 that's not possible. So what are those things? Try and find out what they might be. What could be the impossible things in your mind? Yes, Shanti ji.
So, even the mission, what I'm thinking about, I always used to think that whether it is possible or whether I want to, at the last moment, I have to say to my daughter or somebody else, please, can you carry on with this? This is a workable mission and you can do it.
Yeah.
I always think about that in that way because it was my brainchild. It may be some 7 or 8 years old, but it doesn't come out
Yeah.
till today.
But now it has come, no?
Yes,
In
now
fact,
this
I
is
was
the first
listening
time
to
I'm
you.
talking. I'm talking about it with the third people. I used to talk only with my daughter and then I keep quiet.
Yeah.
Even I never
Congratulations.
discuss with any friends or close relatives or anybody else. Some maybe 1 or 2 friends, that's it.
Okay,
Not more
very
than
good.
that.
Thank you. Yes, Rama. Because of you, only this idea came into my mind to ask everybody, what do you think is impossible for you? So, Rama, what are you saying?
It's difficult to say what is impossible because the moment you say impossible, if I put no sufficient focus, attention, and work towards that, it can become possible. So if I say something is impossible, it only means that I'm not really focusing on that, or I don't want to do it, or I feel it is difficult.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking this question. There may be so many things that we are avoiding
Yes.
or ignoring because somewhere our brain says, no, 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 that's not possible. So I said, why not now with a clean mind, look again to see what is it that I've been stopping myself from doing all along.
No, the mind is refusing to look at it because the moment I say this is impossible, you are going to say, no, let's see how it is impossible.
Let's make it possible.
Yeah,
Yeah, so let us make it. Now. Let's find out what is not possible, we think, and make it possible. So it's interesting, no, what you just said.
yeah,
We are resisting that. If I say it, somebody will say, hey, why don't you make it possible?
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right. So I'm avoiding to do that because I might
Yes.
do something more, but I don't want to. I want to be in my safe zone.
exactly. Yeah,
Right. I want to remain in my survival zone.
yes.
That's the whole idea, right?
Yes, as you said, the mind is want to be comfortable, doesn't want to challenge itself or look
No.
at something different, whether even if it is possible.
Yeah. So that's my question. So what do you want to look at today if we have to challenge the mind? Not only to you, Rama, I'm asking, but
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
if you were to look into your mind and say, how many things, how many ideas, what a big gold mine you're sitting on top of. Okay.
Yeah, the real challenges are prioritizing and seeing what is that I really want, what is that I really desire, what is that I really would like to do. See, now it is okay to just spread thin all over and say, okay, let me just do whatever I can kind of thing. But the moment I say it is possible or not possible, then I am forced to look at what is that I need to do, what is my priorities, which one I pick up. So that's where the challenge is.
Yeah, I'll just share with you why this thought was coming in my mind. About a month back, maybe 1.5 months back, I shared with my wife, okay, listen, I'm going to be 70 years old. It is a milestone for me. And I've seen so many people, their children organize a big gathering and they celebrate it in a very big way. But I don't think that's possible. My children are never going to do like that. Okay. And then still I planned, okay, we'll go to Delhi, this and that. Even in the last minute, I was thinking, forget it, let's not go, it's too cold and all. And she was saying, no, you must come. And she forced me to bring my suit and everything. And yesterday I got such a shock. My son took me to a venue, and all pretending nothing. They're just going. Nobody has confirmed. Well, let us see who turns up. And we opened that door, and there were some 50 people over there. I jumped out of my skin, I say. And then they made a video about me from my childhood, babyhood till the adulthood and everything. Right? And I said, wow, I mean, it was like really, because I just shared. And my wife took the initiative. She spoke to the sons, and they all very quietly, people came from Chandigarh, people came from Mumbai. And I was saying, for me, my good God, I never thought it's possible. So sometimes, even when you share something with someone, you never know. That is one of the reasons why I always encourage people to share. Because when you share, number of great possibilities show up. Like today, Shanti ji shared. When Shanti shared, immediately, people said, oh, yeah, I will also support you. I'll also support you. So one idea when you share it, like somebody shared something with me 1982, and my journey of my life started. Now you understand the power of looking and sharing. Yes, Abhinavji, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Sukhdeepak. So I was responding to the question to what is impossible. Should I respond?
Yeah.
Okay. So, so one issue which always used to trouble me was कि मेरा क्या होगा? What will happen to me financially? And remember what Premji shared 2 days back. Had you sold your house now, the price would have been doubled. So that problem for me is sorted out because of the land prices. Okay, so what is it that then really would really inspire me and motivate me will be world peace. Can there be peace between India and Pakistan? And since we have a Argentinian also, so can there be peace between Argentina and UK? Can there be peace between different countries in the world? So that is what will inspire me. That looks at times impossible, but I think the moment I say, so let's start with India and Pakistan. So the moment I say peace is not possible between India and Pakistan, so I'm killing the possibility by just saying that. Because whenever you meet Pakistanis, and our Dubai friend will confirm, they're always friendly worldwide. I've never found an ST Pakistani on any of my world trip ever. So actually it is possible. Uh, 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 and so much of resources wasted on because there is no peace, there is no see, imagine if we could all trust each other, then doing business will be very easy, because then you will know that whatever billing you do, you will get the money. How right, imagine how much of money and effort we waste because of our insecurities. And in the countries where the integrity levels are high, they do a great economy is really booming, where people honor their words. In the same way, if we all start if we can start trusting each other as a nation, God knows where we will be.
True.
That is what inspires me. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, who's next? Hello. Who's next?
Sir, we are also afraid of sharing because we are afraid that it will become possible and successful. And more importantly, people will keep pushing, right?
What
If I
happens
share,
like that?
right? I'm comfortable just thinking that I want to do, but don't do it. The moment I share with the people, they will keep coming and pushing, and I feel uncomfortable.
They'll say, what happened? Why did you not do?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So we can keep on talking about why we don't share what's possible. Or we can start looking at what is impossible and find out how to make it possible. So what do you want to do then? Ladies and gentlemen.
Shanti and Gautam raised their hand.
Yeah, all right, let's start with Gautam. He also used to think something is not possible. Now he is doing it. Yes, Gautam.
Yeah, yes. That is also got the success, and we are doing here. Now, next step, we are going to, already it is, we are discussion, we have made a platform, is we are going to train the people, especially young people who after coming out from colleges or after education, how to place them in a what I can tell you, what is the placement, what is the job opportunity, like that. It is a sort of small discussion, counseling, and then suggesting them how they can reach to the job, and what is the job is available. When we are looking for the people for job, the companies are also looking for the people, good people, trained people. So that is a professionally we are planning to open such thing. Date we have 20th February to 24th. There will be first group will be trained, and then accordingly we'll try to place them. Some company or organization also sending the people to get them trained in this school.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can you see my screen which I'm sharing with you?
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right, thank you. So I want, who will read this? Kunan, would you read what you can see over there?
Yes, sir. The one which you have put the cursor is the first world. It's a big list starting with the building rapport and all such stuff, sir.
No, wait a minute. What's written over here?
It's not open, sir.
It's not open.
Yeah, it's not
The
open.
list of folders or the files are there.
Acha, really? 1 minute, hold on.
But now we know your secret, all the files.
1 second.
And Vetri has taken the screenshot.
Uh,
You naughty. First
okay,
one.
can you see something now?
Yeah, to reflect and ... act. The difference between the poor countries and the rich ones is not the age of the country. This can be shown by the countries like India and Egypt that are more than 2000 years old and are poor. On the other hand, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand that 150 years ago were inexpressive, today are developed countries and are rich. Even for that reason, sir, UAE, last 60 years, the difference between poor and rich countries doesn't reside in the available natural resources. That's true. Japan has a limited territory, 80% mountainous, inadequate for agriculture and cattle raising, but it is the second world economy. The country is like an immense floating factory importing raw materials from the whole world and exporting manufactured products. Another example is Switzerland, which doesn't plant cocoa but has the best chocolate of the world. In its little territory, they raise animals and plant the soil during 4 months per year. Not enough, they produce dairy products of the best quality. It is a small country that transmits an image of security, order, and all such stuffs. Which executives from rich countries who communicate with their counterparts in the poor countries show that there's no significant intellectual difference. Race or skin color are also not important. Immigrants labeled lazy in their countries of origin are the productive power in rich European countries. What is the difference then? The difference is the attitude of the people, framed along the years by the education and the culture, and they have never ever attended EMC.
Yeah.
On analyzing the behavior of the people in rich and developed countries, we find that the great majority follow the following principles in their lives.
Yeah, the great majority follow the following principles in their life.
Ethics as a basic principle, integrity, responsibility, respect to the laws and rules, respect to the rights of the other citizens, work loving, a strive for saving and investment, will of super action, and punctuality.
Interesting, isn't it? Ethics as a basic principle, integrity, responsibility, respect to the laws and rules, respect to the rights of other citizens, that is win-win, work loving, strive for saving and investment, will of super action, and punctuality.
In poor countries, only a minority follow these basic principles in their daily life. Sahi baat hai. We are not poor because we lack natural resources or because nature has cruel to us. We are poor because we lack attitude. We lack the will to comply with and teach these functional principles of rich and developed societies. If you do not forward this message, nothing will happen to you. Your pet will not die. You will not be fired. You will not have bad luck for 7 years, and also you will not get sick. If you love your country, let this message circulate and let everyone join and come to EMC to get empowered and develop the attitude of the winner and becoming rich as an individual and as a country. Back to you, sir.
See, if you look at many of these principles, if you follow them, your attention units will be free to choose possibilities rather than fighting with problems every day, isn't it? So I saw this somewhere in 2006 or 2005, somebody shared it with me, and I've kept it. just to remind myself and others, okay, listen, this is all we are doing actually.
तो
So-
पूरा एक दिन का वर्कशॉप है सर.
Bilkul. I use it in some of my corporate programs as well. Like many people ask me, why should we have integrity in a world where there is no integrity? I was doing a lot of work with college students also at one point. And these students used to say, okay, sir, you are trying to teach us integrity in a world where nobody is having integrity. Then I would show them this. And they would say, yes, yes, sir, it makes a lot of sense. And next day they would again come late. And I would ask them, why did you come late? They would tell a lie. I said, what happened to your integrity? So anyway, so that's that for today. Think and reflect. What can you add to your life today that will allow you to create a future that you desire?
I think we all got the answers, especially Abhinav.
Yeah.
Abhinav,
Yeah, Sudeepa, please share
I'll send-
this presentation.
yeah, sure. I'll put it on the group. It's a wonderful
Yeah.
presentation, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
There is research. I mean, I was doing work with one German professor and he shared with me and a research which says that in countries where trust is high, prosperity is high. So you're very right about that. Abhinav had shared this little while ago, that in countries where trust is high, prosperity is also high. And that has been researched and proven to be true. So how wonderful is that? All right. So time for a little bit of shairi. Not a little bit, you can have lots of shairi. All the aspiring shairis, all the poets can share some poem today if they want to. Who likes to begin? Let's start with Vetrivel. Now Vetrivel will say in Tamil and then translate it into English. And Sabino will translate that into Spanish and try to understand it. All right, Vetri, please start. Vetri, are you there? Okay.
Sir, good morning, sir. Once again,
Yeah, go ahead.
my favorite, which I want to tell everyone once again, is Allavai Theya Aram Perugum. When you want to develop goodness, you need not work on that. You just work to reduce your negativity. Things will flourish automatically. Over to you, sir.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Who else? If nobody else is there, of course, our resident poet, Mr. Siddiqui, is also there. So go ahead. Before that, Gautam, you wanted to share something and I did not allow you at that time. What is it that you wanted to share with us?
It is, if you go to New Zealand and Australia, I've seen a lot of Indians. And I had been to a place which is a #1 milk producing company in Hamilton. I visited the place and I found it is full of Indian people. They are from IT, they are information technology to their processing, marketing, all are there. And they told that I asked them, why so many Indians? Well, these people are work 24 hours and they are sincere. So when we are giving service to the developed country, we are going there. And like that, why we are not be sincere in our own country, in India?
Think.
Thank you.
Think. Because survival is not a concern over there, no?
Yeah.
So just work hard and you'll get what you want. Here you can work hard and you never know whether you'll get what you desire. Maybe that's the reason. So we'll not get into that. Let's listen to some shairi.
Okay.
Thank you, Gautam. Farmai, sir.
Yes, sir. Is it for me?
Yeah, of course.
अर्ज किया है जनाब के राहों पे नजर रखना, राहों योर जर्नी और ट्रैक, राहों पर नजर रखना, होंठों पे दुआ रखना, आ जाए कोई शायद दरवाजा खुला रखना।
वाह वाह।
और अर्ज किया है कि एहसास की शमा को, एहसास इज द फीलिंग, द इमोशंस, एहसास की शमा को इस तरह जलाकर रखना अपनी भी खबर रखना, उसका भी पता रखना.
Wow, wow, wow. Fantastic. Who, anybody wants to translate it? Or do it line by line, I'll translate it. We'll save some time.
राहों पे नजर रखना, होठों पे दुआ रखना.
Keep your attention on the road and on your mouth you keep blessings.
आ जाए कोई शायद, दरवाजा खुला रखना.
Somebody might come, keep your door open.
एहसास की शमा को इस तरह जलाकर रखना.
Keep the flame of your experience so alive.
And the desires. अपनी भी खबर रखना, उसका भी पता रखना.
Pay attention to yourself and pay attention to the other implying God, I suppose.
No, so it's all about awareness.
Yeah. So great, fantastic. So that's exactly what we can do. राहों पे ध्यान रखना, होठों पे दवा रखना. Keep blessings in your heart and speak blessings. All right. And keep your door open to receive. And you shall receive whatever you desire, because the universe wants to give to you. All right. So God bless you. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life ahead. See you tomorrow morning. And I promise no confusion will be there tomorrow morning. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.